everybody, Blugoblin here for my latest back issue review. I got 6 books to review that I wasn't able to get when they first came out, but I'm going to review them now. So let's get started with the 3 last books that I'll be reviewing for Villains Month, starting with Killer Croc, number 1. Batman and Robin 23.4. Yeah, this was pretty much a standard issue in which we see Killer Croc be Killer Croc. Thankfully, he's not running around saying Gotham will be mine, Gotham will be mine, like all the other Batman villains have done. This is basically a look at what he's doing now during the Forever Evil stuff. He's dealing with some crooked cops, or apparently crooked cops. I don't really remember that detail in true fashion. But it also deals with some aspects of his childhood and how he was picked on because he looked different, his physical appearance was different. It's not original at all, but for the most part, this issue was actually not that bad. I don't think it's a stellar 5-star book, but for what it was a pretty good read. Above average, but nowhere near great. I'd only recommend this to the hardcore Batman fans. If you're a casual Batman fan, or if you're not that much into comic books, then I don't recommend this book at all. This was a decent read, very well done, pretty gruesome, but it's Croc being Croc, and I like Killer Croc, and I thought this would be good, and I wasn't disappointed. I was like, hey, that was pretty good. Pretty much it. Next up, Ocean Master, number 1. This is Aquaman 23.2. Oh my god, what the hell was this? Now this was a disappointment. You know, it's... all this book literally was, and hell, Jeff Johns and Tony Bedard worked on the plot for this book. All this basically was Ocean Master breaking out of prison and heading back to Atlantis, and all the while being a dick to humans. And that's literally it. That is it. That is all this was. I mean, he gets broke out of prison. You think and he's just a complete dick to all the humans because he's an Atlantean and he hates the surface dwellers. You know, I get that. But there was a moment in here where I thought he was actually going to try and show some compassion toward a human, but nah, why bother? He's got to be a dick, right? Because he's a villain. This did nothing for me at all. The artwork was good for the most part, but other than that, this was a really big disappointment. I was expecting more out of this. It's just him. This is just a whole issue telling us he broke out of jail. And headed back toward Atlantis. That was it. That's all it was. Alright. Ending off Villains Month once and for all. Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins, number 1. This is Batman and Robin 23.3. Wow. Now, I gotta say, this was actually pretty good. I actually thought this was pretty good. Ra's al Ghul is one of my personal favorite Batman villains. I think he's very underrated sometimes. But we get to see what kind of stuff he's done throughout his 600 or 700 years of life and everything. And toward the end of the book, in the current day, the Secret Society, I believe, sends somebody to officially invite him to join the Secret Society, or they take him out if he refuses. And Ra's al Ghul is like, your Secret Society people are cowards for not coming to me themselves and asking me. You know, it's like, if you're going to try and recruit somebody like Ra's al Ghul, go do it your goddamn self. Don't send no messenger don't send a lackey to pick this guy up. He's well worth your time and effort. I guess that was his mindset, and that's the way it should be. You know, and it was very well handled, solid read, short, sweet, straight to the point with the character development. I really enjoyed it. This was actually really good. Alright, we're moving on to Marvel. We got Captain Marvel, number 16. Kelly Sue DeConnick has been writing this series very well. This is a tie-in to Infinity that the cliffhanger at the end of this book says it continues in Infinity number 4. I'm going to be really sad to see this series go because it is getting canned. But I find it so ironic and so sad that the series is about to end and we're just now getting some great interior artwork for this series. What was wrong with Dexter Soy? Why couldn't he stick around? After Dexter Soy left, we've been getting some horrendous artwork for Carol. And this particular run for Carol isn't even going to measure up at all to her previous run under, oh, shit. What was his name? The name of the previous writer escapes me at the moment. But back when the previous Miss Marvel run, it got up to at least 50 issues. But here, I don't even think it's going to break, it's not even going to break 20 from what I've been hearing. But this was very nicely done. The coloring in here is very solid. The writing is good. The artwork was great. Seeing Carol with her binary powers again, that was a welcome treat. Seeing her fight alongside Spider-Woman again was very nicely done too. A solid read. Nothing to jump up and down for, but still very nice, and I did enjoy it. Moving along, we got Uncanny Avengers number 12. Now, the past couple of issues of this series have not lived up to my expectations, but this one sure as hell did. This was nice. This was really nice. We get to see how Kang picked up the Apocalypse Twins. We got to see where he found them and how he got them and everything. And then we're also seeing, some very touching moments between Wanda and Simon, Scarlet Witch and Wonder Man. Scarlet Witch is having trouble thinking of doing something that's almost unthinkable, and Simon's still trying to deal with his pacifistic lifestyle and everything. This was a solid read. I enjoyed it. And yes, there is a bit of a tease at a possible romance between Alex and Wasp. I don't really care. But the ending of the book, oh my god. Wow. I am not, even though this book's not new, I'm still not gonna ruin what happened at the end of the book. This was really good. Very well done. Not as dialogue heavy as it has been, thank God, and I think it's well worth your time. This was really nice. Really, really nice. I enjoyed the hell out of that. We're ending this review with Venom number 41. Yeah, this series is about to end too. We're getting the Hell Demon, Hell Spawn shit again to finish out the series. I don't like it. But despite that, Cullen Bunn does try his best to mix both the Hell shit with the street stories and tries to mix them into one. The street storytelling is still there. The aspect of it is still there, and for the most part, it is good. Venom's little sidekick, Mania, she's now the symbiote creature with the demon mark on instead of Flash. Really nice stuff, Mania's going after Lord Ogre, because he's responsible for her father's death. And Flash is trying to say, hey, look, that's not how a hero acts. A hero just does not kill in cold blood because it doesn't take the pain away. It just leaves it sitting there. It's much more gratifying to have him put in jail where he can suffer, stuff like that. It's just very nicely written. And then the end of the book said, I'm going to go ahead and spoil this, okay? Flash says at the end of the book that for the struggles ahead, he's going to have to make a deal with the devil. And I'm like, please, bring in Mephisto back in? No, I don't want that. But for the most part, Cullen Bunn did do a good job with the writing. I thought it was really well handled. I just wish that the series could end on, on a story that deals with the streets rather than hell. That's just my personal belief. Maybe some people like the hell shit, but me, not so much. This was still a nice issue. I don't know. But I don't really know what else to say that probably hasn't already been said. I might as well go ahead and look at the last issue, despite that it might suck. I don't know. But there you go. Venom number 41. A decent read, but I just think it could have been better. Alright. Well, that's it for this particular back issue review. I want to thank you all for watching. Please go over to my Blugoblin X channel and subscribe there, as well as here at Blugoblin01. Don't forget about my bro, the Mount Vernon Kid, all my friends at Dark Avenger Inc. Plus, including J.L. Ghul, Mark and Chloe at Fast Stack of Comics. Everybody there. Deadpoolzilla, Brandon Hex, my old buddies. Can't forget about them. Want to thank my family at Arkham Comics for these books. Ken and Sarah, thank you. And shout out to my lovely girlfriend, Jennifer. Love you, baby. Thanks again for watching, everybody. And until next time, I'll see you all later.